This information is brought to you by Microdyne Computer Services. If you've ever shopped for a laptop online, you've likely stared at a checkout screen and felt completely stuck. This diagram shows a standard technical scorecard comparing a consumer and a business laptop side by side. Both machines have the exact same processor, the same amount of RAM, and identical solid-state storage. Yet there is a massive $400 gap in the retail price. You have to wonder if slapping the word Pro or Business on the box is a marketing trick to squeeze more money out of a standard purchase. The actual value separating these two machines is determined entirely by what happens after the initial purchase. Total cost of ownership is the foundational financial concept here. This metric dictates the true long-term impact on your budget. To accurately gauge that metric, we have to tear these machines down and examine three hidden pillars. Pillar 1. Physical durability. Pillar 2. Hardware security and lifecycle warranty costs. Judging a laptop solely by its spec sheet guarantees a poor financial investment. Let's look at what that extra business tax actually buys. The divergence begins on the exterior chassis. The construction materials directly impact the survivability and functional lifespan of the internal components. Consumer laptops rely heavily on polycarbonate plastics. This allows manufacturers to keep retail prices aggressively low for big-box stores. The physical consequence of a plastic enclosure is that the material flexes and warps under normal daily transportation, creating microscopic fissures along the surface. That chassis flexion transfers mechanical stress directly to the internal motherboard. Eventually, this movement cracks critical solder joints and causes sudden, unpredictable hardware failure. Business-class machines eliminate this vulnerability by utilizing highly rigid magnesium alloy frames and carbon fiber reinforcements. These robust enterprise enclosures are required to pass MIL Standard 8110H, a rigorous military-grade durability testing standard. MIL Standard 8110H testing subjects the hardware to extreme real-world operating parameters, including repeated drop survivability, continuous vibration, and extreme temperature variations. A consumer laptop is built to survive sitting statically on a desk. A business laptop is engineered to survive the unpredictable impacts of travel and daily abuse without causing catastrophic downtime. Looking past the main CPU to the supporting infrastructure, the internal electrical engineering presents a similar divide. Consumer logic boards cut manufacturing costs by utilizing cheaper liquid electrolytic capacitors and basic analog power stages. Analog components react slowly to voltage shifts. This delay creates electrical power ripples that slowly degrade the CPU silicon over time. This graph illustrates the power stability difference. You can see the fluctuating analog power wave compared to the perfectly flat, stable voltage line produced by the digital voltage regulator modules and high-temperature polymer capacitors used in business boards. Consumer laptops use basic single-fan cooling systems. During complex tasks, they must heavily throttle processor speed to avoid melting components. Business thermal designs employ premium heat pipes and dual fan arrays to maintain maximum processor speed indefinitely without overheating. Consumer hardware is engineered for 15-minute bursts of web browsing. Business hardware is designed to endure 8 hours of continuous, unthrottled professional rendering or data processing. In modern cybersecurity, traditional software-based antivirus programs are no longer sufficient to stop sophisticated threats. Advanced malware now targets vulnerabilities explicitly below the operating system, bypassing standard software and infecting the device's root firmware directly. This model demonstrates hardware-level defense. Peeling back the software layer isolates the Trusted Platform Module, or TPM 2.0, the foundational security chip on business motherboards. The TPM 2.0 encrypts biometric data and hard drive keys in an impenetrable vault, rendering them inaccessible to software-based hacks. Professional-grade computers also feature an automated defense mechanism known as a self-healing BIOS. This feature automatically detects corrupted firmware and restores the system to a known clean state before the operating system is even allowed to boot. Consumer machines rely entirely on the operating system for protection. This leaves their boot processes completely exposed to hijacking. Software-only defense is acceptable for streaming media. However, lacking silicon-level hardware protection when handling sensitive client data is a catastrophic operational liability. These technical capabilities ultimately impact the harsh financial reality of what happens when a device inevitably breaks. The standard consumer warranty model relies on a 1-year mail-in depot repair service that routinely leaves the user without a device for 10 to 14 days. The enterprise standard provides a 3-year next business day on-site warranty, dispatching a certified technician to fix the device right at the user's desk. This stacked bar chart quantifies the true cost of consumer hardware failures. A 14-day repair window translates into 80 hours of lost employee time. Over 6 years, replacing a consumer laptop twice, plus downtime, far exceeds a single business machine's cost. The initial 15 to 25% upfront business tax is instantly erased the moment the organization avoids a single major hardware outage. Consumer machines are effectively dead in 2 to 3 years. Business machines consistently produce for 4 to 6 years. Extending a laptop's useful life and eliminating shipping delays radically reduces the annualized total cost of ownership. The expensive laptop is actually the cheapest long-term investment. Let's map these two classes of machines to specific user profiles based on budget, horizons, and security requirements. The ideal consumer laptop buyer includes students and casual home users. It's also for retail businesses needing disposable kiosk screens, where a physical failure costs nothing. This quadrant matrix identifies the necessary business class buyer. IT fleets, remote workers, freelancers, and anyone handling legally regulated client data belong in the top right. If you cannot afford downtime, you require a commercial machine. For budget-conscious professionals, there is a highly practical alternative. Purchasing a 2-year-old refurbished business laptop is consistently a tougher, smarter buy than choosing a brand-new, flimsy consumer model. Dan Dueck is a cybersecurity specialist focusing on endpoint security for home users. He is a huge advocate for the elderly and our vulnerable population, working to keep them safe through setting up secure environments and educating users. If you enjoy this content, please consider giving it a like, share, and subscribe. It's free, helps our channel grow, and helps us show up in searches. Our channel is brand new. We're using Notebook LM for our videos and soon plan to do proper live recordings. As always, thank you for watching.